Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a very special episode for you. We're going to be reacting to an old open workout that I did 2 years ago. And I have my good friend Louie here because he judged me for both attempts. And we're going to analyze and see how my performance changed over the 2 years. So without a doubt, we'll get straight into it. So this was 19.3. This came out in 2019, I think March time frame. This is one of the first open workouts I did like in my entire CrossFit career. I had a hand surgery before it, so I was kind of limited of what I was able to do.
This was that same year?
Yep.
Oh. That was your first open year you had the hand surgery?
Yep, I had to miss the first 2 open workouts due to a staph infection, so this was my first real attempt at an open workout.
So then remind me what was this workout again? It's dumbbell, overhead, walking lunge.
It's 200 feet in 25-foot sections of dumbbell overhead lunge, 50 pounds for man, 35 pounds for female. And it's just essentially,
right?
it's just going basically up and down in increments of 5 feet. If you kind of like stutter step or you drop the dumbbell, you kind of have to repeat the line and go back. So you can see just here in the beginning alone that my, how do you say, kind of like
a cadence.
Cadence is just way faster, way more disciplined.
I think too, it just shows like how much stronger you are in your overhead stability, because if you see on the left screen, when you're in the red shirt, the first time you did it, there's a lot of shaking, a lot of unstabilized movement in the midline, and then if you look over on the right side, right, you're able to go. The other thing we did too different is that we counted on that first set. When you retested it a couple weeks ago, I counted your steps on your first set, and what was it, like 8 or something like that, and I was like, you just have to get 8 every time. So that's why you'll see, like, you'll do like a big lunge, because you already know that you can get there in 8. You just have to keep your steps. So I think that helped make a big difference. Less resting, obviously, means your work capacity is better, right?
And I wasn't even tired, to be honest. It's just kind of like the balance of keeping kind of like a side-to-side lunge with one arm occupying the weight, so it still felt a little awkward. Something I could still get better at, but I mean, even a third attempt at this, I know I can even go harder than that.
Yeah. So I think here we're like, you're 2 minutes into this workout on the newest one, right? Right on the right screen. Yeah. And this is your last set, right? Of the lunges.
See right now, that's my last set.
Yeah, that's your last set. And then if you look over on,
so at 220, I still needed 2 more.
You still needed to go there and back. So what?
50 more feet.
Another 50 feet. So just in that time frame, right? You're already on the step ups.
I'm already basically a minute ahead,
if not more, because you don't know how long this other side's gonna take. You might, I don't know if you dropped it or not.
And we're gonna notice here my cadence on the box step ups too is already kind of like off the gate faster than I was when in this attempt, in the first attempt.
Like I really don't think you slowed down that much on the box jumps this second go around, or on the box step ups. I mean, the second go around, because I just remember we were just counting just 1, 2, 3, and we got to 25, and you didn't even look like you were phased. You were just like, yep, all right, whatever, here we go, another 25.
It was just a little annoying, it's tedious, you know, just left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot.
Yeah, it's boring, and I think you definitely have to stay in it like mentally. If not, you start like hyping yourself up, you get too tired, you know.
So here at 320, I got off the lunges at 220, so almost exactly a minute
ahead from the first time you did it to this time you did it, what, like a couple weeks ago? Rookie test, a couple weeks ago.
And you can see that in that first attempt video where I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Definitely looks painful.
I mean, this is definitely like a muscular overload type of workout, because the lunges are no joke on the legs, right? And then you're just basically going into more of a lunge type movement pattern with step ups, right? Except now you don't get to hold the dumbbell overhead, but you're stepping a lot higher too. The other thing too is you can notice like just the difference in atmosphere, right? Like on the left side, old box, and it was like that was the event, we were there for that open event. And then on the retest, it was literally just a gym workout, right? Like
this was on New Year's Eve, 2 years after.
Yeah, that was a random Thursday. And you even said it yourself too, like hard week of training, I guess, right? Because it was Wednesday or
Thursday.
It was
so
Thursday.
So 3 days after
3 days
of the training week.
Yeah, and like your training volume's pretty high at this point. Definitely higher than it was on that left side, I can tell you that much.
430 still into the step ups. Slow down down just a little bit.
Yeah, like I think there we're in like on the retest, we're in like the last 10 reps or so, if I remember correctly. Because I think you came off at like 5.
I kind of slowed down on purpose because I remember from the first attempt, I was just gassed from air doing my strict handstand push-ups. So I was like, if I can slow down here, get a little bit of my breath back, then I can just knock them out a little bit faster. But it turns out it didn't even matter because it's all, the strict handstands were all muscular, so my heart rate was going to go down either way.
And you had a game plan going into this one too, like with the handstand push-ups, going into the retest, you're like, just 5, just keep me at 5. Keep me at 5 all the way across the board. And even like, you'll see it on that first set, I could tell you wanted to go for more than 5. Breaking it up how you did was pretty. So there it is, 5:30. Yeah, see.
5:31. Finished the box step up. Still going on in that first attempt.
The first attempt. 20.
Then you can see the timer on there. 5:45.
Yeah. So there you go. That first set, you see us cranking them out.
First set of 5. Felt really good.
Yeah.
I was like, I probably could have done 10 if I wanted to.
Yeah, and if you look, I think we kept your rest to like 3 to 5 seconds in between sets too. So it was more just to prevent you from fatiguing too early. This one's a little bit longer, right? On the retest.
6 seconds.
Yeah. And then 6 minutes in on the first attempt 2 years ago. You're still on the step ups. You should know too that this workout had a 10-minute time cap. So the goal is to, what was it? It's like it's an AMRAP, right?
No, just as much as you can in that 10 minutes. Because after the 50 box step ups,
the
it's
handstand walk is
strict.
max distance.
No, it's 200-foot handstand walk. So the same as the lunges, but just handstand walking.
Yeah, so like 6-4, a whole minute and 10 behind, so you felt like even more. And then we could watch these handstand push-ups. One and done type of guy. Look at that. And I mean, I think that was your game plan for that particular workout, right? It was just to do singles.
Yeah.
All the way across.
Former coach, Ashley of mine.
Shout out to Ashley.
She just recommended singles. Because I did obviously have the shoulder strength. That's not a problem. It's just.
It never was that. It was just, where are you going to be fatigued? Where are you going to be able to hang on? So you could already see the difference in game plans going into it. Like the first time, you're like, singles, that's what's going to work. That's how I'm going to get through it. 2 years later, shoulder endurance is a lot better, right? You're able to go for sets of 5. You're able to go for sets of 5 on those handstands, and I think it was when 38 on the retest, the most recent one, is when the kind of wheels started falling off a little bit. It had to go to the sets of 3 and 4s to get to the 50, right?
Yeah, about so 7:45 in.
So yeah, there. I think you're done, right?
No, I have
you got one more set.
And
meanwhile,
yeah, or 2 more sets.
On the left side, the first attempt 2 years ago, you're still singles. And I mean, it's not a bad pace either, right? But because that's where you were at the time. But I mean, here we are 2 years later, and you got sets of 5.
For the last set of 10, honestly, singles wouldn't even be a bad problem.
Yeah, in your 2 minutes.
Instead of resting a lot just for a set of 2 or a set of 3.
Yeah.
So maybe that would have been smart for that last set of 10, just singles.
Maybe. I mean, that's still
something to get me moving.
Still adds up to a lot of transition time. But you never know.
There you go, no rep right there.
Yeah, I don't even count on the right side. Yeah. So 8:51. So you have a minute 9 left.
I'm gonna give my shoulders a little bit of a break before I went up.
From here, you go straight into the handstand walk. And I mean, after 50 straight handstand push-ups, that's a lot of core, a lot of shoulders being taxed, right? And so
25 and just drop. I don't know what happened. That's where I started feeling. I'm like, oh shit, this is a whole different stimulus than just walking normally.
Yeah.
Because I have the capability of doing 25, 50 on foot unbroken.
Yeah, but it's different after doing overhead walking lunges, straight handstand push-ups, and then you only got 30 seconds, so it's like, fuck, it's go time. Like, so you don't want to rest too long, but then are you not resting long enough to give yourself a good attempt? Because then you have to keep stepping back to right here, this workout's about to wrap up. We're coming up on 10 minutes, and you're not even off the handstands. Like, I don't even know what number you got to, like 33 or something like that. So that one's done.
That one
Same
you
thing,
count.
done.
So I ended up with 3 reps, which equaled 15 points from the handstand walk. First attempt was 32 strict handstand push-ups, I believe. So a difference of almost 25 reps,
Yeah.
which doesn't sound like too much, but in overall the workout, I mean that's a huge
That's pretty
difference.
significant because
That-
you were ahead of yourself.
That separated me from like probably top 12% to top 4% right there,
Yeah.
and in just that little bit of work. So, and you can even see, I don't think you saw it on the first one, but the first one I was just gassed. The second one I'm just kind of like, I felt alright. Definitely could have been better. It's definitely more muscular fatigue
Yeah.
than it was output, but
As far as aerobic goes, but
it just shows that I need to keep working on my gymnastic skills, which was already a big improvement basically from the first and second.
yeah, 100%.
So
Going from singles to stringing 5 together in the middle of a workout like that, where you're 2 minutes ahead of yourself or your previous time,
shows how much you can improve in
and even like
just 2 years.
I like how you pointed out too that like 25 reps or whatever doesn't seem like a lot on paper, but it was it's what separates, you know, would you say top 12% to
Top 4.
to top 4%.
That's a huge.
So it's really one of those things where it's like every single rep counts when you're trying to, you know, be
Maximize your performance.
when you're trying to be competitive and stuff like that.
It is an open workout, so every point, every second, every rep
counts.
is what helps you qualify for the next stage. And of course, that's been the goal. And
Keep being the goal.
this was part of the mock open that I've been doing with my coach. The open right around the corner in March. It is January right now, so training for that continues. Hopefully, I can pump out more content for open training, kind of like how the open goes, kind of like a road to the open.
Get off your ass.
And yeah, follow me on TikTok, Instagram. I'll leave all the links in the description. Overall, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.
Peace out.